It's a strange kind of night on the late debate because we're giving shout-outs to Sarah Hanson-Young, we're giving shout-outs to David Shoebridge. So I reckon let's just keep going and give a shout-out to, who should we do next? Lidia Thorpe?
Yeah,
Lidia
go on.
Thorpe,
Lidia
go
Thorpe,
on.
well
She's
done.
earned
Lidia
it.
Thorpe, she announced today on Twitter that she will not be supporting the government's misinformation bill. She tweeted, after speaking with a range of stakeholders and hearing from many community members, I've decided to oppose the misinformation and disinformation bill. More needs to be done to tackle these problems, but this bill is not the answer. Here is Lidia Thorpe in all her glory speaking on this topic.
The misinformation bill, for example, I won't be supporting that. I've been talking to community members and stakeholders. Black and brown people could be demonised as part of that process. The devil in the detail in these pieces of legislation that I'm digging into and negotiating with the government to either fix it or I won't support it.
So there you go. I think it's the first time on the late debate. A special shout out to Lidia Thorpe.
This is unbelievable.
Well
Hell has frozen over.
She went on to talk about the fact that, you know, she wants to be able to talk about Gaza and colonisation and Indigenous rights without being shut down. And we would all agree there are issues that we disagree with her passionately on, but we would absolutely advocate for her right to speak what she believes about those issues. The only problem with Lidia Thorpe's stance against the misinformation bill is, I don't know if you heard her explanation, but she said the bill's reliance on white-dominated institutions to regulate what constitutes truth will be a problem, which leaves open the possibility that if there were perhaps First Nations people regulating, that would be okay. She also said the problem with ACMA, which will be the organisation making these adjudications, lacks First Nations advisors, and that's why it's not fit to regulate content. So now, Caleb, I'm thinking, should we take back the shout-out? Or should we just accept
No.
that? She's against
For once, I don't care about her reasons. This is really significant, right? Because without Lidia Thorpe saying, yes, I'm going to oppose this bill, we did have 38 in the Senate who had committed to voting it down. But that's only enough to block the bill. Now, with Lidia Thorpe, we have 39, and that is enough, as long as they all stay true to their word, to vote this thing down. What remains harrowing is it's only by one vote. We're going to be saved by, Lidia Thorpe, and we're going to be saved by this dystopian future where nobody really has freedom of speech online, or we're looking at a future like the UK has, where people are being arrested for these non-violent hate crimes for writing a comment on their Facebook, some being sent to jail for said offence. We've dodged that by one vote. Like I always say in these circumstances, the government, even if you've dodged the bullet, the government has shown its hand. It's told you what it wants in its own ideal world, and we'd be stupid, yes, breathe a sigh of relief if we actually pull this off, but never forget what they tried to pull off.
Thank God for Lidia Thorpe, hey? But you see, she's got concerns about ACMA. She'd rather Blackma was deciding what you can and cannot say online.